There is a truth about women that almost every man feels, but almost none can explain. Some men leave a woman thinking about them for weeks, while others are forgotten before the next message. And the crazy part? It has nothing to do with looks, money, height, or game. It's something deeper, something invisible, something happening inside her brain before you even touch her. You're about to discover a hidden mechanism of female desire that almost no man on this planet understands, a mechanism that explains why the nice guy becomes forgettable, why the overconfident guy becomes replaceable, and why only a very specific kind of man becomes emotionally addictive. Because female pleasure doesn't begin with the body. It begins with three internal triggers in her mind, triggers that decide whether her heart opens, whether her imagination activates, and whether her body surrenders. Most men never activate even one of these triggers. And that's why they struggle with the same silent fear: what if she forgets me as soon as someone more exciting appears? Why do some women connect with me, but never develop deep desire? Why do I create chemistry without permanence? These questions torment millions of men, but today you're going to understand the truth behind them. Because when you activate the three psychological switches inside a woman, something shocking happens: she thinks about you when she doesn't want to. Her body reacts to your silence. Her imagination fills in the gaps you intentionally leave. Her dopamine spikes before you even show interest. And the best part? You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to perform. You don't even need to try hard. You simply become the man whose presence creates pleasure, whose energy creates anticipation, and whose stability creates surrender. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn exactly what these three switches are, why they control female desire more powerfully than physical touch ever could, and how to activate them naturally, effortlessly, and without manipulation. This is not charm. This is not technique. This is emotional engineering, the kind that makes a man unforgettable. The first switch is what we'll call quantum presence. It is the art of making a woman feel like she is the only person in the universe. Most men fail this test within the first 5 minutes. They are physically in front of a woman, but their mind is fractured. They're thinking about what to say next, checking their phone out of the corner of their eye. Their body is restless, agitated, a silent broadcast of anxiety. Every flicker of his eyes away from hers, every rushed response, communicates a devastating message: you are not that important. A woman's nervous system, which is far more attuned to social cues than a man's, picks up on this immediately. This fractured attention doesn't just bore her, it subtly stresses her. It signals that the man is not a grounded, present force, which spikes her cortisol and tells her on a primal level that this is not a man she can relax and open up with. Her body tightens, her mind closes, and the potential for deep pleasure dies before it can even begin. The man who masters quantum presence does the opposite. When he is with a woman, he is fully there. His phone does not exist. The world outside their conversation fades to black. His breathing is calm, his body is still, his gaze is unwavering but soft. This isn't about staring her down, it's about seeing her. It's a level of focus so rare in our hyper-distracted world that it becomes hypnotic. Neurologically, this profound attention triggers a release of oxytocin in her brain, the same hormone responsible for bonding, trust, and feelings of deep connection. She feels seen, validated, and safe on a level that words could never achieve. The practical application is to become a world-class observer. For the first 10 minutes of any interaction, your only goal is to perceive, not to impress. Notice the way her eyes light up when she talks about something she's passionate about. Notice the specific rhythm of her speech, whether it's fast and excited or slow and thoughtful. Notice the subtle shift in her posture when you say something that truly resonates. Don't just listen to her words, listen to the melody behind them, the emotions that are being left unsaid. Then, reflect what you see, not with a generic compliment, but with a specific observation that proves you are paying attention. Instead of saying, "You have beautiful eyes," say, "There's a certain intensity in your eyes when you talk about your art." Instead of, "That's cool," say, "You speak about that with such passion, it's clear it means a lot to you." The first is a line, the second is a testament to your presence. This act of deep perception communicates that you are not just trying to get something from her, you are truly experiencing her. This singular focus creates a private world between the two of you, an intimate bubble that shuts out all the noise. In a world of constant distraction, a man who can offer his undivided attention doesn't just become attractive, he becomes a sanctuary. And in that sanctuary of shared presence, her body can finally begin to open, relax, and desire, long before you ever lay a finger on her. This is the foundation upon which all intense attraction is built. Without it, you are just another forgettable conversation. With it, you become an experience she won't soon forget. The second switch is the engine of anticipation. The human brain is not designed to crave what it has, it is designed to crave what it might have. Desire is not found in certainty, it is forged in the space between knowing and not knowing. This is where the majority of men self-destruct. In an effort to be liked, to secure her interest, they become an open book. They text back in seconds, they lay out their entire life story, their fears, their dreams, in the first few dates. They make their intentions painfully obvious from the start. They kill all tension, all mystery, all space for her imagination to do its work. They give her everything, and in doing so, they make her feel nothing. A woman's desire is not ignited by a constant stream of validation, but by a carefully managed emotional rhythm. It needs contrast. It needs a void to fill. The man who understands this doesn't play games, he orchestrates curiosity. Neuroscientifically, the brain's reward system, fueled by the neurotransmitter dopamine, is most active not when we receive a reward, but during the period of its anticipation. It's the thrill of the chase, the possibility of what's to come, that is most addictive. When a man is completely predictable, her brain has nothing to anticipate, and the dopamine circuit flatlines. She might like him as a friend, but the intoxicating spark of desire never gets a chance to ignite. To activate this switch, you must become the author of her curiosity. This isn't about being deceptive or evasive, it's about understanding the power of a slow reveal. Practice the art of the unfinished story. When you're sharing something interesting about a trip you took or a project you're working on, stop at the most exciting part and say, with a playful smile, "But that's a story for another time." You've just created what psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect, an open loop in her mind that she will feel a subconscious urge to close. You must intentionally create gaps in your communication. Don't be available 24/7. Let there be periods of silence. This isn't about ignoring her, it's about giving her the gift of missing you. It's in those moments of silence that she begins to think about you. Her mind will work to fill in the blanks you've left. She will wonder what you're doing, who you are, what you're thinking. You are no longer just a person she's talking to, you have become a mystery she wants to solve. In a world of instant gratification, be the man who values his time and attention. Offer her pieces of yourself, not the whole puzzle. Reveal one layer, then pull back. Create a dynamic of intense, quantum presence when you are with her, followed by a period where your focus is entirely on your own life, your own purpose. This contrast is magnetic. It communicates that you are a complete person, that your world does not revolve around her, and that to be a part of your world is something to be earned, not freely given. When you master this rhythm of giving and taking away, of presence and absence, you are no longer just interacting with her, you are occupying her mind. Her brain will start to associate you with that addictive spike of dopamine, that feeling of delicious uncertainty. She won't just want to see you, she will begin to crave the anticipation you make her feel. The third switch is the paradox of the unshakable core. Nothing will short-circuit a woman's desire faster than emotional instability in a man. A woman cannot, and will not, surrender to a man whose internal world is a storm. This is why that nice guy, who is terrified of her disapproval, fails. He is constantly seeking her validation, and his emotional state is a fragile house of cards dependent on her every word. She can feel this neediness, and it feels heavy, like a burden. It is also why the overly aggressive man who explodes with jealousy or anger fails. He is a slave to his impulses, a chaotic force she cannot trust. Both men create a sense of emotional danger that makes a woman's body clench and her heart retreat. She cannot relax into her feminine energy if she is subconsciously preparing to manage his. Female pleasure blooms in an environment of exciting safety. She needs to feel two things at once: that you are a rock, an emotionally stable center that cannot be shaken by her moods or by external chaos, and that you are alive, a force of nature with drive, passion, and an edge of unpredictability. It is the rare and powerful combination of these two qualities that is devastatingly attractive. She feels safe enough to let go, but excited enough to want to. Activating this switch begins with forging your own emotional sovereignty. Your happiness, your validation, and your sense of self-worth must come from within, not from her. This is not something you can fake. It is built in the habits of your daily life, in your commitment to your goals, in your physical discipline, in your ability to be alone and not be lonely. When she tests you, and she will, not out of malice but out of a deep, instinctual need to discover the boundaries of your strength, you must remain centered. If she cancels a date last minute, a weak man gets upset or passive-aggressive. An unshakable man says, "No problem, let me know when you figure out your schedule," and genuinely goes on with his day, unbothered. If she is dramatic, you are calm. If she is uncertain, you are decisive. You do not get pulled into her emotional tornadoes. You are the calm eye of the storm. This creates a powerful polarity. Your unshakable masculine presence allows her to relax, to feel, to surrender the burden of being in control. But this stability must be paired with a vibrant energy. You must have a mission, a purpose that drives you beyond just impressing her. You should have a mischievous sense of humor, a willingness to be bold, to lead the interaction into fun and exciting places. You are the safe harbor, but you are also the dangerous adventure. You are predictable in your character, your word is your bond, but unpredictable in the experiences you create. When a woman feels this combination of unshakable stability and exciting energy, her nervous system finally gives her permission to fully surrender. She doesn't have to worry about your fragility or your volatility. She can simply be. In that space of total trust and exhilarating tension, the deepest levels of pleasure and connection are unlocked. You are no longer just a man she is dating, you have become the emotional anchor and the thrilling journey all in one. These three switches, quantum presence, the engine of anticipation, and the unshakable core, are not techniques to be memorized. They are states of being to be cultivated. They work in perfect harmony, a symphony of masculine energy that resonates with the deepest parts of the female psyche. Your presence makes your moments together unforgettable. Your mystery makes the moments apart addictive. And your stability makes her feel she can trust you with her body, her heart, and her soul. When you integrate these principles, you stop competing with other men. You are no longer playing the same game. You are not trying to prove your worth, you are demonstrating it with your every action, your every word, and your every silence. Some men hear this and think it sounds like manipulation. It is the opposite. Manipulation is faking these qualities. True attraction is genuinely embodying them. This is about becoming a stronger, more centered, more conscious man. It is a gift not only to the women you meet, but to yourself. The silent fear of being forgotten is replaced by a quiet confidence. You understand that your impact is not determined by what you say or do, but by who you are. This is the path from being a fleeting interest to becoming an emotional landmark in a woman's life, the man she remembers for years, the one all others are measured against. If you are ready to stop being a spectator in your own love life and start becoming the conscious architect of deep, unforgettable attraction, then it is time to take the next step. What I have shared here is the foundation, but to truly master this requires a deeper dive into the mechanics of emotional engineering. I have created a program called the Seduction Code, where I break down these three switches into a step-by-step system. Inside, you will learn the advanced nuances of body language that create hypnotic presence, the exact conversational frameworks that build unbearable tension and leave her thinking about you for days, the psychological triggers that create deep emotional investment, and the daily disciplines required to forge an unshakable core that women are instinctively drawn to. This is not about learning more lines, it's about transforming your fundamental energy as a man. It is the difference between knowing the path and walking the path. If you are ready to walk it, to become one of the few men who truly understands the female mind and can create the kind of addictive attraction that lasts, click the subscribe button below and join the seduction code. Your journey to becoming unforgettable starts now.